victory and we achieve our goal. We beat the challenge. We become who we want to become or do what we set out to do. Do we literally stop there? Are we just a one-hit wonder? Is that the kind of legacy we want to build? Hello everyone, Teresa Gray here. I am a leadership expert, Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, and multiple business owner, helping you learn my 7 principles of building a legacy. Here we are on Principle 6. Principle 6. This is where we start picking up the true momentum for the person that we're transforming into. Here we go for a quick recap. So Principle 1, identity. Who do we believe we are? Deep down in the core of our fabric, who are we called to be? Who are we transforming into? Principle number 2, facing the fear. Fear of change, fear of staying the same. Everything has a fear factor, but we have the power to choose which fear we are going to face. Principle number 3 is taking a risk. Everything has an element of risk. We need to use the 2-minute risk method. That's the tool that I shared with you in order to weigh the negative and the positive and make the right choice on which risks we should take in this life. And then principle number 4 is really the art of letting go and making sure that as we grow and change and transform, that we are letting go of the people, the places, and things holding us back. And remember, some of those are beautiful people, places, and things that we love, and they're great, but they're just not designed to go where we are designed to go. Or maybe they're negative and holding us back. Either way, it does not have to be a damaging separation. And then principle number 5 we just covered, which is perseverance. Perseverance is literally going from nothing to something. Thomas Edison's a great example of this. There's many other great entrepreneurs, leaders, visionaries, innovators that we could go back and take a look at and see their life on perseverance. Perseverance is literally the long run of facing the challenges, the setbacks, the hard times, and still coming out on top. But remember, we learned that perseverance alone is not going to get us there because it can bring burnout unless we pair it with resilience. And resilience is what we're talking about today here in video 6, principle 6. Somebody literally asked me the other day, what is the difference between perseverance and resilience? Like, I thought they were the same. And I thought, that's a really excellent question. I'm not sure if everybody does know the difference. And unless you've studied it, you probably don't. So let me ask you, and I want you to drop in the comments for me, what is the difference between perseverance and resilience? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it because I am so curious to know everybody's response on this. Whoever gets the answer right, I'm going to give you a free copy of my ebook. So make sure that you drop in the comments the difference in those two. So in this life of everyday challenges, it is not enough just to persevere. 2020 literally brought us all to our knees. And I know it's been 2 years ago since that happened, but the world changed. Life changed. So many people quit jobs, quit families, quit living arrangements, quit how they did life. I mean, let's just be real. 2020 was like the great opportunity to stop, pause, and reset. And so I bring that up because perseverance is about muscling through the pain over the long run. The pain of depression, the pain of fears, the pain of fatigue, the pain of setbacks, the pain of failures. Perseverance is literally muscling through like a hair in a biscuit. I am not giving up on this thing. That is what perseverance is all about. And friends, let's be real. Like, life is hard. Sometimes we just have to muscle through. We just got to pull up our big boy, big girl pants, suck it up, buttercup, and make it happen, Captain. All right? I want you to remember this, though. Sometimes the biggest barrier that we have to muscle through is ourselves. Truth. I know that was a truth bomb. That hurt. That hurt me to say that because I've been that person multiple times. Each stage, each phase of my life, I have to muscle through that change, and it's hard. I'm going through a change right now. You may not know it. You may not even be able to see it. I'm currently in the process of losing weight again for like the 4th time in my life. No joke. First time I lost 80 pounds. Second time I lost 50 pounds. Second time I lost 50 pounds. Of course, it keeps coming back because I didn't make sustainable changes, but I am literally persevering through that. Now, I will tell you, every time I do this, it's super painful. It's painful because I have to change the way I eat. I have to change the way I do life. I have to incorporate physical activity. And honestly, between you and I don't enjoy exercise. I love how I feel afterwards, but the actual physical activity, I don't always enjoy. So I found that I have better success when I bring a friend along with me to the gym and actually go to a gym. I have exercise equipment in my house, but There's a lot of other things to do besides exercise when I'm at home, if I'm being honest. It's also painful for me because I have to change my whole relationship with food. It's no longer eat for the pleasure of it, it's eat for the fuel of the food. Honestly, in my weight loss journey, it's about the perseverance of breaking through my mind. How I think about food, how I approach food, how I think about physical activity, how I approach taking care of my body. It's literally like busting through the brick wall of my mind. And I bring that up because there is no stronger barrier on this planet than our own mind. If our mind is not where we need it to be, we are never going to get anywhere else because our mind is going to keep bringing us back into the slip ups, the traps, the setbacks. We literally have to move forward. I illustrate this point of our own mind a little better in video 1, so please go back and catch that because I literally talk about how I grew up in an environment the first 20 years, abusive, neglective. I was literally suppressed. I was told I was never going to be anyone or anything. I was never going to amount to anything by my own family. My family did that to me for 20 years. It took me until I was 23 years old to get on 3 planes, fly 1,700 miles, and leave everything, everyone behind. Everything. I went to live on an island in the Virgin Islands for 3 years. I only knew one person when I first showed up, and that person was leaving within a month of me arriving. So I literally went completely AWOL. I was gone, off the grid, to get my life together and reset myself. This is the part where we start talking about resilience paired with perseverance. So resilience is literally bouncing back. We bust through the break wall, we beat the challenge, and instead of going through that barrier and coming out, I'm tired, we come out like renewed, like I'm ready for the next one. Let's go, right? Resilience is literally bouncing back harder and faster. And pairing these two things together really creates the momentum that's going to take us higher, farther, faster than we ever could have imagined. In fact, our strategy in life should be so focused on how well we persevere and bounce back in resilience that people are like, wait, I haven't seen you in a minute. Where have you been? You show up all fresh. You literally 5 minutes earlier was like, oh, Hulk smash. So while perseverance is refusing, literally refusing within the fabric of who we are to give up, resilience is how fast and how well we bounce back every time we bust through that challenge. And perseverance without resilience will create burnout. And remember, we are meant to go from victory to victory, not victory to blah, I'm tired. Victory to victory. The victories are never meant to end. We don't just accomplish one thing and stop. We're not just going to go write a book and stop. We're not just going to go start a business and stop. We're not just going to go get a job and stop. We're going to keep going and keep rising above and keep leveling up. So my son's favorite part of preschool is literally playing gym time. He loves the elementary kids, the big kids as he calls them, and he loves his time to play with them. So when he gets home, he still wants to play with the big kids. And luckily for him, there are still 3 big kids at the house. There's me, my husband, and my oldest son. And he'll start out with me. He'll be like, Mommy, play with me. And I'm like, okay, I've got about 15 minutes because my schedule is hectic. Now, that's not every day, but it is a lot of days, especially during the weekdays. So I'll play with him for 15 minutes. We might play Army Men. We might play dinosaurs, just whatever, right? It's his choice. And then he's still not satisfied. So what does he do? He goes and asks Bubby, play with me. And so Bubby does have a little bit of a limitation. He has Asperger's, so he doesn't really want to play that long, and he ain't really interested in this anyway. So he makes it for about a half an hour, and that's still not enough. And so my 5-year-old will go to Daddy, play with me. And so Daddy usually ends up taking him out to the garage to play while Daddy's playing on toys. And then, of course, my 5-year-old gets bored with that. So he has developed a system where he will literally run back and forth between the garage and his play set. So he's still playing with the big kids, even though he's not directly playing with the big kids. And to me, this is the best example of perseverance. And I'm so excited that my 5-year-old has this trait because he has literally figured out how to squeeze out another 2 hours of play with the big kids. And he's adapted to every single challenge and setback he's had in that process. He pivots with every change, he responds with every change, and he still ends up with the result that he wants. All right, so wrapping up our point 6 of resilience. Resilience is necessary. Resilience absolutely has to be paired with perseverance in order to go from victory to victory. Not victory to blah. Blah. That's an official term. Blah. So imagine the goals that you might have in life. Maybe you want to be a VP at your company. Maybe you want to take 50 pounds off and keep it off. Maybe you want to start a new business and dominate an already saturated market. Once we have a victory and we achieve our goal, we beat the challenge. We become who we want to become or do what we set out to do. Do we literally stop there? Or are we just a one-hit wonder? Is that the kind of legacy we want to build? All right, everybody, that is principle number 6. So I appreciate your time and energy so much. I do not take this lightly. Please let me know if this has helped you in any kind of way, shape, or form. I look forward to seeing you on the next video about the principle of transformation. I'm Teresa Gray here. I am a leadership expert, Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, and multiple business owner, helping you learn my 7 principles of building a legacy.